What's up, homies? Let's talk about, will maintaining your house add to your property value? I've seen a lot of this theory go in a couple of different directions, so let's try to break it down and figure, is it worth maintaining your house, or should you just let it go to shit and then move into a new house when it wears out? Because let's be honest, we do that, right? Like, sometimes you just stay in a place until it's gone. Sometimes you move into a place and everything looks like it's from the 1970s. That happens a lot. Like, you're like, how is this stuff all maintained? How is it still here? It's actually possible. And this is living spaces that a lot of people have already owned before, and they just left it the way that it was, with 70s carpet, 70s lamps, everything. So it's totally possible to maintain a house, that was built in the 50s and lived in the 70s when it was last updated, and you know, time could go by and it could still look like that. I'm not saying it's impossible. But what people do think is that if you keep upgrading your house, it'll keep the property value up, and it's kind of a double-edged sword there. It kind of does, but then the old bulldozer. Do we have to go back to the bulldozer? Yes, we do. Let me explain the bulldozer. The bulldozer does not care. And a lot of people buy a house and bulldoze it down pretty regularly. I don't know. You have to be in the right neighborhoods to see it, but it's totally true. Like, I'll go into a house, right? I used to have a job where I would kind of demolish houses. And I didn't get to demolish them. That would have been fun. But I got to tell them they could demolish it. And the houses sometimes look brand new on the inside, like a lot of times. That's why I'm trying to tell you guys, like, once somebody else with enough money moves in and they want the land for the location, your house is totally secondary to their taste. Their taste could totally change. I've seen people bulldoze driveways that were totally made of stone. I've seen people bulldoze brand new houses. I've seen that happen. I'm trying to be funny about it. I mean, like, it kind of made me sad for a few years. I was like, this is so shallow that all of these houses are not only brand new or semi-new, or you would see like layers and layers of different rock pavers that people just, like, if you really look through the layers of the concrete, they could be extremely thick, and like just different people keep building on top of it. It's odd, but it's true. Like, there's huge concrete slabs there, and what you need to learn is that people are trying to replace their image. They want a new image, and it could just be image that you want, you know. And if you talk to people that work in real estate, what usually will happen to people is they'll buy the house that they qualify for. They'll move into it, kind of live broke for 30 years, and sometimes they do pay off the house. I'm not saying they don't. But after they pay off that house, they move away and they move into something more reasonable. So, like, staying in the first house kind of seems more obvious.